Boys and girls, the first thing I'd like to show you is how to get your baby picture into your download folder. Your picture should be in your Google Drive. So I'm going to go to my Google Drive here. I'm looking for, okay, there it is. There's Judah. You double click on the file, and when you double click on it, you'll see this download arrow. When you select this download arrow, it'll take your file that's up in the cloud, and it's going to ask for, well, it's going to ask for a scan for viruses first, but then it's going to ask for destination. What you want to do is put it on your download folder. So I select my download folder and I hit save, and now this file is in my download folder, which I can access from SketchBook Pro. So now I open up SketchBook Pro, give it a little time. Okay, there's my blank canvas. I've got my tools up here and my brush palette. I go to File. Normally I do New, which would give me a new blank canvas, which I have right now, and then I would begin to draw on it. But instead I want to do Open. I want to open a file and put it on my canvas. So, and it takes me right here automatically to the download folder. It might open up to your desktop or different things like that, but you want to go to your download folder because that's where you just put your file. So I find my picture here of Judah, I double click on it, or you can click once and open, and now I have the picture on my canvas. And if I were to begin drawing on it, let's say I select one of my drawing tools here. Okay, I go with black, and I start tracing. Oops, I made a mistake. I go select my eraser, and oh, I ruined my original photo. I don't want to do that. Fortunately, I can back up. But what I want to do is I want to go into Windows again, drop down, and I want a layer editor. See, what the layer editor allows me to do is it literally gives me different layers of the picture. When I hit plus, okay, I have my photo. It's still on my canvas on my background. But now this layer 1 over here, this is like dropping an electronic layer of tracing paper. And now, if I go to draw on my picture, okay, and I make a mistake and I go to erase, I only erase what's on my tracing paper. My original background picture, the photo that's on my canvas, is not altered. So this is a very handy tool, and we can add multiple layers. I have layer 1, layer 2. I'm actually going to use layer 2 for coloring later on. Right now I'm going to go layer 1. And there's a neat tool up here too. It's their magnifying glass. It comes in very handy. When you're on the inside of the magnifying glass, it allows you to zoom in. I can get really close. When I select the outside of the ring, I can now re-navigate. I can reposition my drawing. And then I go back in, I select my pen or whatever brush you want to use, and I can begin to trace. Okay. And then I can get that, go around the eye there, and I can even do the pupil, and I can even get the reflective light, which if I zoomed in enough, you could probably see what the picture is. Okay, I'm going to get a little more detail there, and then I can go in and I can get his nose. I go around like that. And get a little bit of an accent there. You can see a little bit of a curve. I can go in and get his other eye. I'm doing this rather quick and a little more shaky than what I'd like, but I've got it zoomed in quite a bit. And then get the pupil again, some reflective light. And when I hit this little, this eyeball here in my background layer, watch what happens. I can X that out. Now I just see the tracing paper. Click it again and it comes back. The other nice tool, too, this is another nice feature, if you go down on the slider here, this allows you to fade out so that your background isn't as strong and as bold, and allows your tracing to show through a little bit better. Okay. And make sure you go back to the layer that you're drawing on. I'm going to add a little more detail, like so. Maybe add this line in here. I'm going to move this tool over, but actually I can keep it right there. I'm going to start doing the outline of his face. and then down where the cookie is. And then I got his mouth right there. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, I go back in and I'm tracing some of his fingers. Okay, you might say, well, I'm going off the edge. What's really nice about this too, and I get his ear, I go off the edge, I can go back and get my magnifying glass and I can pull it around. This is really an awesome tool. So don't be afraid to zoom in and zoom out and make adjustments as you go. I can get his ear. And I can get the inside of it right there and come around here and get really a lot of detail. Then I can go up along the side of his head. I can get the detail of his hair and things of that nature later on. I can go up and continue to get just his head. I'll save that fuzzy top for later. Come around here. Let me get my tool again, go over here. Let me erase a little bit. I don't really like that part right in there. It's a little too jagged. Go back to my drawing pen, and I'm going to work my way up here and then connect. I got to get his ear over here. Okay, and I can just get a hint of his eyebrow there. There's a little bit of a wrinkle. Okay, I think you get the idea. Okay, and then I can also zoom back down again so I can kind of get more of it. And again, X out to see where I'm at. Okay, and then I'm going to stop for there right now. I'll talk about coloring later. But to save, you go to File, Save As, and I'm going to call this Judas Sketchbook 5. And I'm going to put it on my, not my download folder, but I'm going to select my desktop. I'm going to drop it on my desktop. You will want to drop it on your desktop so that you can drag it into your Google Drive later from school. Okay, and then you hit the save, and it will save all of these layers. Layer 2, which by the way is blank. And I just want you to look over this video, answer the questions that go along with it, and I will see you back in class. Goodbye.